Now you might wonder for a second, well, hold on. This whole like eternity thing, like I'm not so sure how excited I am to worship at the throne. Some of you who love times of worship, maybe you're like, that's great. But for a lot of people, musical worship is something challenging. And the idea of standing before God, worshiping for eternity seems kind of like, that's not very exciting. That seems a little bit like isn't that going to get like kind of redundant after a time? The point of this picture is not to show that we will literally be worshiping at the throne forever and ever. If you keep reading through Revelation, you realize that it's a much more comprehensive picture that is painted of a new heaven and a new earth where we get to live out our humanity. But the importance of worship before the throne as it influences our identity cannot be overstated. The reality is that our victory in Christ, our victory, our ability to wave those palm branches, is found through our humility to accept Jesus' authority. Our victory is found in our humility to accept Jesus' authority. The key here, the thing that makes the victorious army of God in eternity what it is that the people have turned their attention off of themselves and onto Jesus. Instead of living a life that is self-centered, we live a life that is Jesus-centered. Instead of living a life that is for us, we live a life that is for the glorification of God. Recognizing that He is the one that saves us, cares for us, enables us, supports us, and creates for us a future. You see, our victoriousness is not because we're amazing. It's not because we're great. It's because Jesus is amazing. And that means that as followers of Jesus, we go into the world standing up and standing out for Christ, not because we're amazing and great in ourselves, but because we are willing to serve. We're willing to glorify somebody other than ourselves. You see, if life is about us succeeding, us receiving glory, us being championed, us being successful, then it's very difficult to stand up for Jesus when that might be compromised. But if the purpose of our life is to serve like Jesus served, to give our life for others like Jesus gave His life for us, then we can say, you know what? Like, this world has no power over me. I don't need to fear my future. I don't need to worry about fitting in. I don't need to worry about success because my life isn't for that. It's for Jesus. And so we end up victorious. We end up liberated. We end up free. We end up thriving, ironically, by becoming servants. Ironically, by giving up of ourselves.